Hello and welcome. I'm Angela Meiritz-Reid from Stampin' Beauty in Christchurch, New Zealand, and today I wanted to share with you how I created this card. It's for this month's Stampin' Fancy Friday challenge. So I've used this beautiful new Charming Day stamp set and coordinating dies, and I've used this lovely damask designs folder for the background. My focus on this video is actually how I did the watercolouring, so I've got most of the elements all ready to go. So for the colouring in, I'm going to be watercolouring. Now with watercolouring you need to have a alcohol based stamp pad for this image here, and I've got the stays on here. And then, so I've gone ahead already and stamped that image there, and just get pop those to one side. I've stamped it onto watercolour paper, fluid 100, and then I've die cut it with a coordinating die. And the colouring, how I went about doing the colouring is I used Granny Apple Green for the leaves, and I used a combination of Fresh Freesia and Petunia Pop for the flowers. So to start with my watercolouring, just add a bit of water in there, get some movement going. I always start with the dark part first. I'm adding it so that the light, I'm imagining light is coming this way, so the dark is on this edge here. So I add the dark just around here. And then I just want that to soak in a little bit before I start dragging it away. So I'm just going to do the same on the bottoms of these leaves here. Just get that nice Granny Apple Green colour there. Then I just want to take a little bit of the colour off, but get some more water in there. And then just get lighter until I get to the top. Actually, sometimes just even a little bit of, just to take some colour off, just bring that up. So I want it almost to be clear at the top. And I don't even mind if there is areas that haven't been coloured. Just left white, just adds a bit of interest. And sometimes, as I'm doing here, just go back over just to darken it up a wee bit. And then drag that up there. And that's pretty much, actually that one might even just have a bit too much colour. So if you want to take a little bit of colour out, just make sure your brush is clear and just take it back that way. So then I'm going to do exactly the same on these other leaves. So just the dark colour down here. And I'll just do it on a few just to get that started, get that sort of set a little bit. Because otherwise it does really just move quite quickly. Sometimes you don't want it to. So just following that curve of the leaf, of each leaf. I might as well do them all now I'm here. I'll go and add more. Right, so back to getting some more moisture on that brush, and just going in here, blending that up. And you can just, I'm just adding a little bit more dark just to blend it a little bit. Just trying to get it lighter as I go up. And then going into that, the last area of the leaf, probably want it more clear than anything else. So I can just drag up that bit. Just so it gets a little bit of paler of the granny apple on there. And that's the leaves done. So you can see there's quite a lot of bit of light just to give it a bit of like the light is falling on the leaves. So now the flowers, and I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I'm going to start with a fresh freesia and take that up, and then just pop in a little bit of petunia pop in the bottom just to give it a little bit of depth. I'll start on the outside here. Just lay that colour down again. And just using the edges of the petals to get that colour. And then on this side I sort of want it to be a bit on both sides really. Still carrying on with that light theme. So just bringing in that fresh freesia. Adding some water just to lighten that. And then I'm going to bring that up. So still want to leave some sort of bits of white or background of the card, the Fluid 100. Just blending that in, and then I'll do it one more time. Just take it up and have the brush as almost clear. So that blends it up a bit. Then lastly, what I'm going to do is bring in the petunia pop, just to add a little bit more colour here. Just on those areas, just to give it a little bit of a pop. The same just on here, just a little bit on those sort of edges. And I'm just going to go in and with this fresh freesia and blend it in a bit more. Just bring that in, make it a bit deeper. And that's pretty much all I do. You can, of course, add more if you want to make it darker. And sometimes you can faff for ages. But I'm happy with that. So that it just gives you a nice contrast on there. Then move those out of the way. Then it's a matter of popping everything together. So I'll just pop that aside just for a few minutes, hopefully help it dry. So I've got my card base, and this is an imperial and metric, but imperial would work perfectly the same. Just cut your card base and pop your layering panel on it, whatever size you want. So I'm just putting some dimensionals on the back of here. Just get a nice spread of those on the background. Oops, take the whole thing with me. Then we'll just get that nice and even on the base. Then I've got a circle die here just to add another little layer and a bit of a guide for where to pop things. So about here. Then I've gone ahead and die cut 3 of this die, which is this one here. But actually what I'm going to do is, I've already broken 2 down. Just going to take it off about here, and they're going to sit at these spots here. So I'll just go and put some Stampin' Seal. Just pop those down. About there. Then I'm going to add this to there, so I'm just going to put dimensionals on the back of that. Get the backs off that. Then I'm going to pop that on, and popping it on at a bit of an angle, about there. Then I'm going to pop a bow on. So this is this gorgeous Fresh Freesia faux velvet ribbon. So I've got quite a long tail on there, and then I've created my bow. Like this so that I can have the front of the velvet ribbon showing. Just twisting it round so I think that looks fairly even. Take that round, trim that off to about the same length. Just tuck that tail up through the back of that circle. And pull tight. I can have that sitting there, and I'm just going to manipulate that to sit around behind it under there. So I'll get a glue dot, which I'm hoping will stick onto this, that it's not too wet. About here. So I just want to manipulate that round to sit under there. Then I've already gone ahead and stamped Happy Birthday, and I've stamped that in Petunia Pot to coordinate with the brighter colour in there. So I've stamped that, and that's also from the Charming Day. Because that's quite high, I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals on top of each other. One at this top corner, one sort of over here, just to hopefully these will just miss that knot in the middle and give clearance. Think about there. Hopefully everything's clear and not bumpy and lumpy. So that's a good cut. So I did cut it a bit long, but that's okay. Then it's a matter of popping on some nice little bits of bling. So got these ones here, which are the rainbow adhesive backed dots down there. I think I've moved that a bit over that way, but that's okay. Pop one up here, and then I've got some nice little rhinestones. Add a little sparkle. One, two, three, four, and one more. 5. Tuck that in there. And that is my card made. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks. Bye for now.